Welcome. Thank you for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to guide you through sunrise stretch. We will practice together for 25 minutes. So just a reminder to listen to your body. If any stretch is not working for you, you can always skip it, come on out, and modify. So things that we'll be using today, I would love to use a yoga mat, and it's always nice to have a yoga block and a blanket close by just to support yourself through the practice. If you have that, great. If it's easy to grab it, that's wonderful. And if you don't have it, that's totally fine. We can just work around it through the class today. So I was thinking we would start with our legs today. So let's come down onto the ground and we'll just give ourselves a little time to work out our legs and our hips. So as you come down onto the ground, let's draw our knees into our chest. We'll take our arms, hands around knees or shins and take a gentle rock to the right and the left. And this is just going to help to gently relax those back muscles. And then as you come into stillness here, let's gently relax our left foot down onto the mat so your left knee can be bent. We are going to take our right knee up and into our chest and into our stomachs. You can interlock your fingers. And let's just begin to create a little bit of a circular movement here in the right hip joint. So we're just going to circle out that right hip. And then as you're circling here, maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles. And begin to circle in the other direction. So just reverse that movement. Maybe notice if it feels more natural to circle one way, it might feel a little unnatural to circle the other way. Let's begin to take that right knee up and into the chest and into the stomach so fingers can interlock, and we'll gently pull that knee in for a moment. So this is going to give us a really nice stretch into our hip joint. We call this one Lutasana. And then changing up the stretch just a little bit, let's try to avoid our stomach and avoid the rib cage. So we're going to try to draw that knee right into the underarm area. And again, just use that arm strength, use your shoulder strength to really draw that leg in. And gently release this one. Let's take the sole of our right foot to the inside of your left leg. So we'll take a reclining tree pose. And for this one, you can press down into your left heel, into the outer edge of your right foot to lift your hips up. Try to even off your hips and your low back. Hands can come up and overhead for a moment. As long as it feels okay on the shoulders. We just don't want to pull on the shoulders at all. And just breathing here for a moment, just gently letting that right knee relax down. Giving yourself this hip opening. And we'll begin to release. Let's take our right knee to the left. So we'll just bring ourselves into a twist from here. So we're just going to flip that right knee off to the left side of the room. And you can roll into the left side of your body. You'll have one leg straight, one leg bent. You can also relax your right shoulder down towards the ground. And maybe gaze off your right shoulder to give yourself a little bit more of a twist. Let's begin to release that one. We're going to float ourselves back onto our backs. Take your knees to your chest, tug them in. Let's take a rock to the right and a rock to the left. Float that right foot down onto the mat. We'll bring our left knee to our chest and begin to create circles here. Find that movement. And then as you're trying out the stretch on this side of your body, just noticing if the stretch feels very different on the side. It may feel very similar. So just kind of noticing your body's natural tendencies. And flow in the other direction. We'll just reverse that movement. As you come to stillness, let's pull that knee to our chest. Using that arm strength and shoulder strength, really draw that leg in. Try to hug your elbows into the sides of your body, giving that nice gentle pull. And we'll soften, we'll relax on that one for a moment. Gently take your left knee towards the underarm and use arm strength, use shoulder strength, really pull that leg into your body. And begin to relax. Let's take the sole of our left foot to the inside of the right leg and pressing down into your heel, maybe the outer edge of your foot to lift your hips up. And then just try to gently even off your hips and your low back. Palms can come up and overhead. And we'll begin to release. Let's take our left knee to the right. Let's draw ourselves into our twist. So left knee to the right. Maybe that right hand floats over just to kind of anchor that knee down. Gaze can float off your left shoulder. Give yourself a breath in and a breath out. Great. Let's float ourselves back onto the center. We'll realign onto our backs. Take your knees to your chest, hug them in. Let's take a gentle rock to the right and a gentle rock to the left. Let's bring ourselves into seated. So if you wanted, you could do a little rock and roll through the spine, flow up through your vertebrae. And as you come on into seated, let's extend our legs out in front of us. Flex your feet, press through the heels and the backs of the knees. Give yourself a nice little breath here to lengthen. And then let your hands glide down the legs. Let's bring ourselves into a gentle forward fold. Maybe relaxing your head here. Try to let go of any tension that you might be holding on to through the head and through the neck. Let's engage our core. We're going to bring ourselves back up to a neutral spine. Take the soles of your feet to touch. Knees come away from one another. And then insides of your feet roll from one another. Bring yourself here to lengthen your spine. Let's bring ourselves forward on the exhale. Hands can walk out in front of you, or you can draw your knees away from one another with the elbows. With your exhale, just feel yourself softening down. Breathe in and breathe out. Come on up. Let's flow on up one vertebrae at a time. Help of the hands, knees come together. Legs extend out. We can give them a bit of a shake out. Let's try a seated position. So you can sit in any way that feels comfortable for your body. Maybe crossing the legs, extending them out in front. And let's gently release our neck. We'll start with our right hand down onto the mat. Left hand up and over. Reach for the right side of your head. Take a full breath here to lengthen. Soften your left ear to your left shoulder. And just trying to not move with force on this one. It's just a nice, gentle suggestion of the ear to the shoulder. Letting that one go. Realign the back of the neck. Left hand lowers, right hand rises. Let's take a full breath here to lengthen. Right ear to right shoulder. And release. Let's bring ourselves back on through to neutral. Let's take our left hand up and over. Reach for the right side of your head. And this time, let's take our gaze down to the underarm area. And then we'll gently encourage our head down a little bit. And just trying to work some different muscles here. And release. We'll realign. Let's take a nice full breath to lengthen. Left hand lowers, right hand reaches up. Let's gaze to the underarm area. And then And gently relax your head down. Full breath in, full breath out. And release. We'll realign through the back of the neck. Draw the hands into the heart and exhale. Let's bring our chin to our chest, round through your back. Heart floats forward and shoulders relax. And chin to chest, exhale, round. Heart floats forward, shoulders relax. And then move with your breath here for a moment. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, try to relax your shoulders from your ears. We'll create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Let's bring ourselves back to a neutral spine. Hands will sweep to the sky. Let's bring our index and our thumb to touch. And then exhale, release it down. Full breath in, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, release. Let's go 3 more times here with our breath. Letting your hands relax. Let's bring it on through into tabletop. And as we come into table, feel free to grab a blanket if you would like to pad your knees. So we'll bring our knees, our hips in line. We'll take our wrists, our shoulders in line, and feel the fingers come wide. So we will press down through the index finger and then pressing down through your thumb. Let's take a moment here to circle out the hips. So as you're circling here, just know that there's no right and there's no wrong way to move. Just flowing with your breath and flowing in a pain-free range. Circle in the other direction. We'll reverse that movement. And stillness. Let's bring ourselves into a child's position as you exhale. So we'll just gently bring our hips to our heels. Either your knees can be together to help open your low back. Maybe your big toes touch. Knees come away from one another, giving yourself a leg and a hip stretch. Walk your hands to the right. Let's take a side stretch here. Try to press that left sitting bone down. Sometimes it lifts and rises up. Float yourself back to center. Let's bring our hands off to the other side. Try to feel evenly grounded in the sitting bone and then lengthen that whole right side of your body. Bring yourself back onto the center. Let's take that child's pose and then really stretch it out. Reach your hands out in front a little bit more. Send your hips back towards your heels a little bit more. And release. Let's float ourselves into table. We'll take a breath here. Press into down dog as you exhale. Toes can curl under, sitting bones to sky. Let's shake it out a little bit here. Bend one knee and the other knee. Let your head relax, yes, and let your head relax, no. Maybe just checking in with your body. How are your hamstrings feeling? How are the calves feeling? Maybe check in with your low back as well. Toes to the hands, let's bring it through into a fold and shake it out in your fold. Maybe bend one knee and the other knee. Relax your head, yes, and relax your head, no. Let's come into stillness here. We will draw our hands to the right, find a side stretch. Try to ground evenly through both of your feet, inside and outside of each foot. Float yourself back to center. Let's take those hands to the other side. Reaching and stretching from your waist. Lengthen your side body, your arm, and your fingertips. Let's bring ourselves back onto the center, back onto into a fold. Hands can come to the shins. Take yourself to a half lift. Let's fold ourselves down to the mat and we will bring ourselves up to stand. Let's take a full breath in as you rise up. Hands to the sky and hands at the heart as you exhale. Let's float those hands up towards the sky. Fingers will interlock, palms will press up. Full breath here to lengthen. Let's release to the right and the left. We're just going to do a little wiggle here in the waist, a little bit of a shift side to side. And then as you're wiggling here, try to feel really grounded in your feet. This will be a wonderful stretch and movement for your spine, creating a bit of lateral flexibility in your spine. Give yourself a moment to pause. Let's release the hands off towards the left. And try to ground evenly through both of your feet, inside and outside of each breath. Bring yourself back onto the center. Nice full breath here to lengthen and release to the right. Try to feel your left hip pressing to the left. Just noticing if that helps you move a little deeper into your stretch. We'll bring ourselves back to center. Release your hands behind your body. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch. Take a full breath here to lengthen. Fold forward as you exhale. Maybe relax your arms along your back or release your arms away from your back body. Try to relax your shoulders as best as you can. And just notice if that helps you move deeper into your shoulder release. Hands can relax onto your low back. Hands can float down towards the mat. Just flow on up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. As you flow on up, ground firmly to your feet. Let's take 3 shoulder rolls here. Shoulders up, back, down. Inhale, exhale. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Great. Let's take our hands up. Reach for opposite elbows so you will frame your ears. Full breath here to lengthen. Let's release to the left and the right. We're going to come back to those lateral stretches for the spine. Breathe in deeply, breathe out deeply. Let's release our arms off towards the left. And take a full breath here. Maybe imagine that you could create a little bit of space in between the ribs. Come back to center. Full breath here to lengthen. Release off towards the left, or the right rather, sorry. And back to center. Let's gently release those hands down and then reach for opposite elbows behind your back. So we'll just take our right hand for our left elbow, left hand for the right elbow. If you can't reach for elbows, just work those hands in that direction and imagine that you could squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. And release. Let's gently relax our hands down. 3 shoulder rolls here. Breathe in. Take the shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale. One more time. Breathe in. And out. Wonderful. Let's bring our hands up towards the sky. We will take our right hand on our back. So left hand could draw you into a shoulder stretch. Try to relax your shoulders from your ears. Try to broaden the collarbones. We want to open our chest and open up through the heart space. Hands can sweep to the sky, full breath in. Left hand floats down your back. Right hand can draw you into that stretch. And release. Let's take our hands out to the sides of the room. We'll take our right hand to the left. Left arm will bend and left arm draws you into a shoulder stretch. Try to relax your right ear from your right shoulder. And just seeing if that helps you move a little deeper into the stretch. Hands will sweep out to the sides of the room. Full breath here. Let's bring that left hand to the right. Right arm draws you into the stretch. Gently relax your left shoulder down. and release. Let's float the hands out in front of our body, hands in line with shoulders, right fingertips point up, and then let's begin to pull those right fingertips back. Press out through the palm of your hand, press out through the crease in your elbow. Last fingertips float up, fingertips draw back. Again, pressing out through your palm, press out through the crease in the elbow. And release. Let's relax that right hand down. Press into the right hand. So let's open up those muscles on the top of the arm. Full breath in, full breath out. Left hand can relax down, right hand can draw you into that stretch. And release. Hands will come together, fingers interlock, palms touch, and circle through your wrists. Maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles here. And flow in the other direction. Shake it out, shake out those wrists, shake out any tension here. Let's try out a standing pigeon stretch. So for this one, we are going to take our right leg up and over. Of course, you can grab onto the wall if needed. So we're going to bring our right leg up and over for figure 4. Take a deep bend in your left knee. Try to drop weight back into your left heel. You can flex your right foot. Encourage your right knee down towards the ground. And then breathe into that nice hip stretch. Find your drishti. Find that one spot to focus your concentration, to focus your awareness. And once you find that spot, not letting the eye shift at all. And then gently relax that right foot down. Left leg comes up and over. Find figure 4. Drop the hips back and down. Hold on to the support of a wall if you need to. Send your weight back into the right heel so that those right toes are light. Maybe even gaze down. Make sure that you can see the right toes. We don't want our right knee to be moving forward too much. Flex your left foot to activate more muscles in your knee and in your leg. And then pressing that left knee down or just energetically floating it down to give yourself a little bit more of a stretch. And release. We can float that left leg down. Let's shake it out. Shake out your wrists. Shake out the legs. Good. Let's bring our feet out nice and wide. Hands can come onto the hips, and we're just going to do some circles here with our hips. So we're just going to create some large movements. Good. And circle in the other direction. Great. We're going to bring ourselves into stillness here. Feet in line with our hips. Let's try to take that right knee into our chest. So fingers will interlock, reach for the front of the knee, and then pull the knee into your body. And then gently relax your right foot down. Left leg rises up when you're ready. Great. We'll bring it back on down. Let's shake out the legs, shake out the feet. And we're going to let that go. Let's take our feet in line with our hips. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go one more time. Breathe in and breathe out. We are all set here. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope you're feeling better. I hope your body's feeling a little bit more alive and activated. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I look forward to seeing you next class. Take care.